not long ago there was a brave soul, who, though he faced a darkness well beyond the realm of man, stood before the kite of hell herself, with nerves untouched and blooded steel drawn, in hopes to mortalize that which is immortal, and to spill the black life of that which rules the end. Every singing arrow greeted its target with fate's irresistible kiss, until the last point had flown, leaving a battered sword between evil and her kingship. Great evil was struck down. That which seemed immortal was brought to its knees. Our hero emerged victorious. But who is the hero, thou mayest ask? Who is it who did slay this great evil? And if thou must ask, I must respond to thee. Why didn't you watch the live stream? Greetings, fellow mortal souls, whose hearts do, alas, with mine yearn to place the blocks and play the great banter that is Minecraft. Indeed, verily, there hath been much done since thou did leavest. Alas, many of you were not present when I did slay that grand beast, as well as when I did take from her her spawned egg, her mortality, and her immortality. So I must, I suppose, recount for you the events that have transpired. I did indeed go to that place which has been known as the end. And alas, I have slain the dragon, as well as have I collected many levels to which I will enchant a sword or a tool of some kind, some instrument to be used for my entertainment pleasure. Probably involving this. But indeed it shall not be armor, alas, if I do make armor it will be out of diamond, and even then shall it not be enchanted, for one day it may not yield its great power anymore. Indeed, I am confused, for I do not remember how it was and how 'twiz that I didst arrange this storage room. But I digress. Ye likely wants to know what I have been doing lately. For you see that I hath changed my skin, indeed, to look more old-fashioned, as it were. This dost encourage my unusual language. Yes, indeed, my tongue does tingle, but it is only due to my strange skin. I did, in fact, change my skin. I did, in fact, make this skin myself. I did so for the fact that I did not like my previous skin, and this one seemed to fit, alas, my personality, my soul and spirit more. Alas, it is getting dark and night is falling. I shall press the right button and get into my humble abode. Oh, there is no bed in here. Well, I would make an exploitation here, but I cannot remember any exploitations in Old English, so this is awkward. I am in fact full on health and on hunger. And so now I shall go down to the depths into my humble abode, and I shall craft a great weapon which shall be used to slay those evil doers that do pester me and leave me to lie awake, who feed on my very fear, and whose hearts are turned with evil against me. Alas, I hath acquired the great sticks I need to craft those wonderful weapons of purest light, which I shall use to slay the evil beasts. That's not a weapon, that's a tool. But I'll take it. I shall use this. Why do I want to always make a pickaxe? I shall use this weapon to slay those evil beasts that did so terrify me before. Really hope that nothing decides to spawn and come into my uncovered area here. Okay, I should be fine. Indeed, light does draw away the evil. I cannot place a sword. What is your problem? You are not... What is your problem? I do know why it does that. I have returned from the snapshot, and I indeed am left with not one but two blocks here. But why can I not? I am still in the snapshot. Oh goodness gracious me. This is incredibly awkward. How did this happen? I am going to fix that immediately. One moment, please. I seem to have a conundrum. I have reloaded in 1.7.5 and literally not what was in my inventory, but every single item I own has disappeared, and so I am confused. Not freaked out, no, not freaked out, but I am confused because I literally less than a minute ago had a full inventory of things, and not to mention it is nighttime and there are no mobs, and so I am confused. I am rather confused. So I'm going to try to figure this out, but this problem, it does vex me so, and so I do wring my mind and soul with anger and confusion. Indeed, I have done all I can think to do, but I do believe that certain data has been erased or misplaced from the .minecraft file, and so I am vexed, and my heart doth ache for the loss of all of my things. How will I go on? All blocks removed, all items gone, all work is vanity, and I alone am left to stand in my empire of dirt and to weep in the ashes of what used to be a glorious kingdom. How shall I go on? How shall I live in such a condition? How? Oh, even my chickens have died. My chicks, my baby chicks ripped from my arms. Why? Oh cruel earth? Why, in the name of all that is good? Why on not just green earth would you do this to me? Oh, how I weep. How my soul is torn. What? That light is on. That light remains on. There is hope in those lights. For not all is lost. Not all is vanity. Indeed, that light and what it does represent shows that the world is not so cruel. It does not take all the way from those who seek goodness. Indeed, the light is of no hope to me, for the light does remain on for no reason at all. Literally, the light should not be on, and yet it remains on. Perhaps then I should myself remain lit. That the fire in my soul should keep burning, though I have nothing truly left in me. I shall let the light go on. I shall let it burn. I shall let the fire of my soul propel me into the darkness and allow me to live a fruitful life. And so I must wonder what lies beyond the portal to the void. Shall I step into the bowels of hell and see wherefore these people have gone to? And if they have even gone to, and if I shall only remain on this screen for all eternity, and never enter the void myself. Holy dear goodness me. Why? Wherefore didst thou enter the nether? Wherefore dost thou remain in the nether? Wherefore dost thou not go into the Cloninator 5000 and produce thyself more villagers, more of thou's kind? Produce! Reproduce! Go forth and flourish as the Lord does command us. Go forth and multiply in your number. 'Tis a command. 'Tis the first command given by our Lord. And why are you not? Bro, what's your problem? I mean, what is thou's problem, bro? Why dost thou remain here when thou could live an honorable life on the other side? Are you a fool? Or are you a madman that thou dost stay here? Why dost thou remain here? Why dost thou not flourish in a world of beauty? I say that, but alas, there is no beauty in a world voided by loss. Such loss. Why such loss? I cannot understand. Such tragedy cannot be put into words. And so I have only you to supply me with my needs. And likely this will be many emeralds. Many emeralds. And so I will take comfort in that. Out! Out, brief candle! Life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that dost strut and fret the stage, that is heard no more. It is a tale told by a villager, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Why dost thou take everything away from me? O Notch, how thou hast taken all from me, not return to me what is rightfully mine. Send thou thy minion, which is from the bone given for dinner. Let him find a solution to my loss. Let him repay, if not singularly double, what I hath been voided of, and refill my soul and rekindle my dark fire deep within my heart, so that this young creator can reach into your world and bring forth life. Or am I so obscure, am I nothing that thou dost ignore my pleas? O Notch, O Dinnerbone, why hast thou forsaken me? Why? I have broken a block above my head. Why? What? Oh, paper. That's easy. That's a terrible trade. That's also a terrible trade. Even worse. I would have done that before, but I have no stuff. You have a terrible trade. You're not even grown up yet. Terrible trade. Terrible trade. You have nothing to what? What just... Oh my. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. This... Why does it not make sense anymore? What do you have, sir? Oh, yes, yes, you. You, sir, shall be my saving grace. Because, oh, well, that's not so great. Alright, well, I suppose, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a very short episode in the fact that I have literally lost all of my stuff. And so, in the times between these two wonderful episodes, I shall return with things, items. They likely shall be different items. They will be different, I am sure, but I shall return with them. It shall be done. And maybe, who knows, I shall return with the very things to which I had lost. I do not know. It may indeed be that the spirit of my very computer just lie dead, and I doth need to find a new one. But we shall see. In due course, we shall see what life has in store for us. But in the meantime, I shall run along. I shall fight the good fight. I shall let my light shine, though it has no source. I shall let the fire burn, though it has no fuel. I shall harvest the wheat, though it has no good analogy. I shall go on. Ladies and gentlemen, I do challenge thee to return. If thou dost find this video to thou's liking, click thou the like button. And if thou dost find this video to be interesting, and thou dost have words that thou dost have for me, I shall acknowledge them if thou dost leave them in the comments. And, most of all, if thou dost like this glorious banter, thou should subscribe to my glorious channel. Well, in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I shall leave you and bid you adieu.